Participants, am I audible? Is my screen visible? How is things going, guys? Good evening. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Yeah, let's start. Thanks for the confirmation. So today is day 3, right? So in the past 2 days, what all topics we have covered? So today should be mostly an interactive session because we are going to continue from what we have left in yesterday's class. Okay, so I want your full attention, and in the first part you are going to guide me because we are going to do what we have done, okay, in previous class and once again, and then we are going to continue with it. Yeah, good evening all. Thanks for the response. And I think we can start with the class, right? Can I get thumbs up, guys? And fire emojis from you. So we'll just see a recap. What are the topics we have covered till now? Apart from the introduction, starting with account creation. After that, what are the services we have completed in AWS till now? Tell me quickly, guys, in chat box. Waiting for your response. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, so tell me, we'll just see a recap and continue with it. What all topics we have covered apart from introduction. After the account creation, what all the services? Yeah. So many of you have left about the budget, right? Yeah, budgets. Yeah, correct, Krishna Kumar. Budget setup, then identity and access management, then virtual machine. And in virtual machine, we have just seen about EC2 and how to launch an Apache server, and we have like verified whether it is working or not, right? And today we are going to continue with it. And like for example, today the topic we are going to see is something known as load balancing. And for that we have to create many instances, okay? So at that time I'll ask from you, so you have to guide me how to create EC2. So I'll be like clicking all the options which you are telling, okay? So once again, I welcome you all to this Amazon Web Services Machine Learning Operations with AWS Day 3. And I welcome you all on behalf of pantechelearning. So before going into like the continuation of virtual machine and continuing with the load balancing, I just want to talk or give some introduction about what is VPC. Okay, so this is just a part of this load balancing, but I just want to give you a like enlighten you with this idea, so you should have what a basic thing is. Okay, so can we start with this VPC? What is virtual private cloud and how it is working? Can we start, guys? So VPC, it's like VPN. In VPN it is called as virtual private network, where the network is private apart from other thing, but it is called as virtual private cloud. Okay, it's a private cloud, which means you can only access it and it's private for you, not a public cloud. Okay, this AWS is a public domain where everything is there, but here in VPC you are taking a part of it. Okay, if you have created a user group, like have you created the user first? You have to create an user and attach with it, and if you follow the steps exactly like what we have done in yesterday's class with IAM options, then you would have been able to get a link and password. Yes, the private, we can only access it, right? So we'll continue with it. So what is Amazon Virtual Private Cloud? Okay, it's a private cloud within a public cloud, which means in public cloud everything will be there, like all the information will be there. In there you just isolate a part of it and it is private for you. Okay, so which means you only have the access to it, right? So I'm going to explain this VPC with an example. So see this like car parking, guys. So apart from this car parking, I hope you can see the screen, the car parking, this outside thing is called as outside world, and like the cars are coming in and going out, right? Like this is a car parking, and imagine like this is all entirely a cloud storage. Okay, the cloud, it is entire thing. And what is the thing is, this car parking entirely is now allocated as VPC. Okay, this is VPC. So apart from this, rest of the world is the public cloud, and this VPC is our virtual private cloud. Okay, this is our private cloud, and if any car wants to come in or go out, this is the only gateway, right? So if anything wants to come in or go out of this VPC, this private cloud, they can come through this way and go through this way. So this is called as internet gateway. So through internet gateway, they can come in, they can go out, but without any this, like there is no other path. Okay, for your virtual private cloud, there is something known as internet gateway. So it is the pathway for allowing in and going out. And now we are having something known as subnet. So what is a subnet? It is a partition. Okay, so this car parking is now splitted into parts, so left side and right side. So it is called as subnets. So we are having this VPC, and where partition is called as subnet. Okay, understood guys? Till now, are you guys following regarding till subnet? We have seen about like a car parking, it is a VPC, which means it's separated from the outside world. It is a virtual private cloud, and anything wants to come in and go out of it, they can come in and go out of it through the internet gateway. And there are partitions, it is called as subnet. Clear? Did you guys follow till now? Can I get a response from you guys? Can we continue with this VPC? So the next thing is, yes, thanks for the confirmation guys. So I think we can continue. This subnet, there are like type of subnet, for example, and before that, see here, if you want to come or access this subnet, which means if the car wants to come in and go out, they can follow this route. Okay, in internet we used to call route, right? So it's the pathway. So through this internet gateway, anything wants to come in or go out of the subnet, they can use this route. Okay, using route. And this subnet is categorized into private subnet and public subnet. Okay, so there are public subnet available, there are private subnet available. So this public subnet is accessed, it can be accessed through internet, which means you can use a route and you can use the gateway to access anything, but you cannot access this private subnet through internet. Clear? This one you cannot access through internet, this is private for you, and this public subnet you can connect with the outside cloud. And that's what is the thing behind this. In AWS we are having this virtual private cloud where we are having the public subnet and private subnet. Okay, it is tied to availability zone, it can be accessible from internet, and the private subnets are not actually accessible from the internet. So this is just a simple idea. We are not going to use that much about the VPC. So if anyone asks you about VPC, this is the thing you can tell. Okay, so it's like a virtual private cloud, and there is something known as internet gateway through which you can access this, and there are partitions called as subnets. It is classified into private and public subnet, and public subnet can be accessed through route, and private subnet cannot be accessed. Okay, so I think we can go with elastic load balancing, where we are going to we need to, at some part we have to select this VPC. Okay, it's not that much major, just for enlightening you with this idea I have just told you. Can you start with elastic load balancing? So what can you identify from this name guys? Tell me. Load balancing. What is the name defining? What is load balancing? What is load? What is balancing? What it is? So in the EC2 we have created a server, and imagine you are like deploying your application there, and like it has some like capacity, right? And what happens is sometimes the load may go high. So in that case your server, they have some part of infrastructure, they can handle something, but above a limit they cannot handle, right? So what you can do is you can have multiple EC2 instances, which means instead of the same application, but you deploy to different servers or different virtual machine or different EC2. Okay, so you'll be having different EC2, and you will be balance them with load balancer, which means the same application. For example, in simple terms, if 10 members are coming, it will allocate 5 members to one server to that website. Another server, it will allow 5 members. So it will split or balance the load. Clear? Did you get idea about what is this base thing? Like literally what it is this elastic load balancing is doing. So you can connect, okay? When the load or capacity is high, it helps us to manage it. Okay, so for this you have to create multiple. We'll just try to create 2 instances and try to connect it with load balancing. Okay, and try to check whether it is working or not. Can we do it, guys? Can we go hands on? So like elastic load balancing automatically distributes the incoming application traffic across multiple target servers. Okay, so that it won't stuck. What is EC2? It's a nice question. So we have discussed in previous class. So you want to check about it. Okay. And there are a few options. I think we can go and explore it. Can we go hands on, guys? Can we start with it? So now I want to create a EC2 instance. Once again, see here, we have discussed in yesterday's class. We'll try to recall it, how to do it. Any instance is running. No instance is running, right? So I'm in Mumbai region, everything okay. So I'm going to check whether any instance is running. No, nothing is running. Okay, I'll repeat the load balancing. So for example, you are having 3 clients now accessing your server or your application. So if you have one server, all the 3 clients will go to that server. Now if it is 3, then okay, it can manage. What if it is 30? So now the server has some limit, right? So it cannot handle after some limit. Okay, so if you use multiple servers based on this load balancer, it will split the load into parts. Okay, whenever it is required, it is going to split and allow them, all these 3 or 30 users, it is going to split like 10 for him or 10 for him, something like that, so that all the servers can run coordinately and no issue will come for the server. Even if one goes down, other things will manage and your website will go properly. And I think we can start with this instance. What should I do, guys? I should go and click this launch instance, right? And I have to give a name first. Let me give server 1. Server 1. Okay. And what I have to select here, guys? Everything okay, right? It's free tier eligible. What is AMI? AMI? It is hardware or software? Tell me, guys. What is Amazon machine image? Whether it is like the software configuration or hardware configuration? I need quick answers from you guys. Waiting for your response. It is software, right? So I am choosing Amazon Linux and these are the configurations. It's free tier eligible. Okay, so then what is instance type? This is hardware, right? So I'm going to go with this t2.micro. And with key pair login, I'll use this new key pair which we have generated in yesterday's class. It will be available. You can use it for other things also. And the traffic, I need to allow HTTP traffic, so I'll go with it. Yes, correct, guys. It's software. Amazon machine image is software, where instance type is hardware capacity, right? You have to allow HTTP. So in the previous class, what we have done is we have launched the thing and we checked it is not working, and then we came back to the security and then we changed it from SSH. We also allowed HTTP. You can do it directly from here and you can alter it afterwards also. And I'm allocating 8 GB of storage. Okay. And we haven't discussed about this advanced details. Remember in previous class, I have created this instance and connected it. And then I ran some like this command, right? Linux commands where I just want to launch that Apache, right? Using HTTPD. Like we go on with sudo su. Then yum install httpd start system control, start it, system control enable, and alter that. Key pair is for security reasons. You can have it, a file will be downloaded, you can have it in your system whenever needed, you can use it for security reasons. Okay, So another thing, so instead of going inside, like I can go and launch this instance, connect it, and then do that same task, okay, and launch the server. So instead I can do and go with this advanced details, okay. And here when you come below, you can enter this user data. There is certain format for it. If you like give it here, it will be automatically done. So I already have a backup of it, okay. So I'll just paste it here. Okay, this is the command, just mentioning it want to do update y, httpd system control start it, enable it, and these two for the EC2 instance, and we are changing the directory and also going the same thing which we have done in the Linux system. We are just going to automate it now itself, okay. So hello world from the host name, I just want this in the index.html page. So everything is done now, so I can go and launch this. We got our summary here, fine. I'll click the launch instance. So now we have created one instance, right? So I want to create another instance, which means I want to have another server so that I can use load balancer. So I can go and click this launch instance. This will keep, like it will take few seconds and it will be completed. So I'll go and create server 2, okay, and here I'll go with the same configuration, this one, Amazon Linux t2.micro, and the key pair will be new key pair, and I want to allow HTTP traffic, okay. And in advanced detail I'll go and paste the same code. Like instead you can have your application, so we are just going for some basic thing, okay. I'll go and launch this instance too. So now we should have our two instances running, okay. Is my screen clear, guys? Someone is telling it's blur. So there is something, guys, you want to have your YouTube, it should be having high quality, like either 720p or 1080p, then only you can watch or see this clearly. If you go with low quality, these things are small, right? It may not be visible that much, so you try to do that. So yeah, now both are running. We'll go with server 1. I want to check whether it is working, so I'll go and copy this public IP and we hope it works. Yeah, we got the same output like we got right in yesterday. So I want the same from in like this server 2, which is running in another one, right? Yeah, thanks for the confirmation, guys. If it's blur, I think you can try to increase the quality, then you can see these are very small things in the screen. Yeah, this is also running. You can see, right, both are from different thing, okay, different server, and we got these two servers. Now what I'm going to do is, see here, I'm going to use load balancer to balance this. So how to go and use load balancer? It is available in this EC2 dashboard itself. You see the load balancer now is 0, right? So I'm going to this left side and go and search for load balancer, and I got our load balancer here. Okay, I'm going to use it, load balancers. So there is no load balancer currently available, so I'm going to create a load balancer. Okay, I'll go and click this create load balancer, and here I just want this application load balancer to manage the application. Okay, I'll go and click create, and now I want to create a name for it. Okay, my load balancer, and these things, it's internet facing, IPv4, they are okay. And what you can see, some name which we have seen earlier, right? What is VPC? What is VPC, guys? Virtual private cloud, we have seen in the start of the class, right? So I can go and select these subnets. You can see it is asking for the subnet which we want to deploy. I can select all these subnets. And we want to create a security group, guys. So something known as security group is there. So apart from this default, you can go and click this create a new security group. Okay, yeah, so now we got our security group here. I can give a name for it like load balancer security. Okay, allow all some description. And in this inbound rule, you want to allow, in the security, you want to allow the inbound rule. HTTP. Okay, you can search and go and click this HTTP 80 IP from anywhere. Okay, now everything fine. You can create the security group. So it's like separate one. You can create a group and use it for others too. Okay, so I'm going to just refresh this, and there are many security groups. What is the name we have created? Load balancer security, right? Now I can search it here. I can use it. Now it will allow that portal. Okay, for this load balancer. And the listener, here you are using HTTP 80 port, but you want to create the target group. So you can click this create target group. So what is this target group? Which all the server you are going to use in this load balancer. Okay, so you can go and click this. I want to choose the instances. Okay, I can create a name, main my server target. And I can go and click this next. You can choose the instances. So this server 1 and server 2, I want both of this to be included in this load balancer. Okay, I can go and click this include as pending below. Now I got both of this here. I can go and click this create target group. Now a target group is created. What is target group? Which all we are going to target. Now I can come back into this load balancer. Now there is nothing showing, right? So I can refresh it. My server target, I got my target group here. So it's added now. And then you can go and verify what are the things you have just made. Okay. So once again, I'll just come back once again from the start in this load balancer. Please listen properly. Can we see once again, guys? Do you want me to repeat this same task in this load balancer? Once again, can we go, guys? So I have just given a name and these things I haven't changed anything. And in VPC I have selected the subnets, and in security group I have clicked this create a new security group. I went into this and I have added this HTTP 80 portal. Okay, I have added it and I have came back again to this load balancer creation page. I have added this load balancer security group by searching it. And then I came into this listener where it asked for target group. So which all the server I'm going to target. So I have clicked this create target group. It went into this one where I have created a target group. Okay, what is the target group? I had all the server, both one. Okay, it's running successfully, healthy. Server 1 and server 2, which is the virtual machine we have created. I have attached it. I came back here and then I have attached this one. And that's it, we have done till now. All the VPC security group, the default one already there, and the load balancer security group. Okay, and the listener HTTP 80 my target group. Now I can go and click this create load balancer and it is going to take some time. Okay, so once it is complete, we can actually see whether it is working or not. Okay, it's provisioning. It will take few time. We'll wait for it to complete. In the meantime, if you guys have any doubt, you can ask me. We'll try to interact. And in the meantime, I think we can go and see this one also. So this is a masterclass. So if you want to convert this into a 1-month certified internship, then you can do it. It is a good opportunity. You can get an internship certificate, and there are some other advantages you will get from this. So this is AWS machine learning operations internship. It's a 30-day live sessions. You will get all the 30-day of live session, 90 days of access to this. It's a separate version, not the same version of YouTube. So you'll get 6+ source code of AWS projects, 30 downloadable PPTs and all the support text files, 5 mentor live mastermind sessions where you and me, the mentor and the user, we are going to interact through Zoom session by directly clarifying all your doubts. You'll get an internship confirmation letter to clarify with your college, and you'll be getting, once you complete it, you will get internship certification. And the fee for it is 1,999, and the coupon code, if you apply for AWS MC1, you'll be getting a discounted fee of 999. Okay, and this is the link, and the link is given in the description. You can use it. And these are the projects: vehicle insurance claim fraud detection, Avalon age prediction, dog or cat identification project, NLP project on e-commerce review, census income prediction with deployment, and music recommender system project with deployment. Okay. So I think we can come back to the content. So we are in Elastic Load Balancer. It's just balance the load. Okay. So I think it is completed. We'll go and refresh it. Now it's active, right? You can use this DNS name. Okay. I'll go and use this. So this should run now. Yeah, it's running. So what you can see, now it is still giving our first page, right? So one page, it is in this 102.ap south one. So if I refresh it, see here, it's changed to 219. Okay. This is 219, this is 102. So what is this load balancer is doing? So time to time it is actually changing, right? You can go and use the same in different browser also, and you can see the result. So it is actually balancing the load by passing it to different servers. Did you got it? How it is working? Yes, AWS provide Windows Server, Mac OS. You can see there is free tier. You can check it. Instead of Linux, if you have attended yesterday's class, we have seen where it is. In the Amazon machine image, you can actually see it. You can see it, right? The load balancer is working completely fine. Okay. So this is how you create a load balancer, by creating multiple EC2 instance. So I'm not going to delete the load balancer and EC2 instance because we have another topic also to consider. Okay. So you want to continue? Can we continue, guys? Something known as auto scaling we want to see. Can we see it, guys? It's been a long time, so please give me thumbs up and fire emojis so that we can continue. Is it clear regarding what we have seen, how it is worked? Not like that actually. So if they have more servers, like if the load is high, they can balance actually. If it is above a level with one server, it may crash, right? You would have seen in some public websites where it will crash at some time. Mostly in many colleges, when you go and visit your result, it will get crashed, right? Yeah. So thanks for the response, guys. I think we can start with auto scaling. So AWS is providing something known as auto scaling. Okay. And it is a service that automatically adjusts the capacity of AWS service for application performance. So this is not only for EC2, but it's commonly for many services where it will increase the infrastructure or capacity, which means if you use this auto scaling, you can set a minimum and maximum number, which means if you go and use EC2, okay, if you add auto scaling and load balancer, when the load is high, if you have a maximum number as 4, which means automatically it will increase the EC2 instance as 4, which means 4 server. Yes, correct. Anon, very good. Auto scaling helps you to increase the number of EC2 instance according to the requirement. You can set a maximum number, which means if I set it as 4, if the load is high, okay, it is going to increase it to 4. Increase the EC2 instance to 4. It will automatically create. And here, even in yesterday's class, do you guys remember in IAM we have skipped something known as role, which I told you when we actually use it, we are going to see it. The thing is, the auto scaling need to create automatically the EC2 instance. But for it, if you want to create it automatically, then you want to allow it some permission. So we are going to cover that too in seeing this auto scaling topic. Can we go with it? Can we start auto scaling hands-on? Can we start, guys? Did you guys got what is auto scaling? So based on the requirement, based on the maximum number, it is going to automatically create the service. If it is in EC2, it is going to create EC2 instances automatically. and you can set some template for it. We are going to discuss about it. So now what I'm going to do, I'll go into my home dashboard. I want to search something known as auto scaling, and you can see the load balancer now active is 1 and the auto scaling group is 0. The security group we have created, right, it is here. So I'll go and search for auto scaling. It is here, guys, auto scaling groups. Okay, so helps maintain the application availability of your application, which means nothing goes down if you have multiple backups, right? So yeah, we can go and click this create auto scaling group. So now it is asking me for the name of it, autoscaler 1. Okay, and it is asking for launch template. Okay, so there is no launch template. Okay, I already created one, but if you want to create something, I'll show you how to do it. Choose a launch template that contains the instance level setting, AMI, instance type, key pair, and security group. So what does this mean? So you want to create a template. So as I told you earlier, this autoscaler or this auto scaling will automatically create this EC2 instance. But what if it is created using, which is nothing in free tier? It is going to cost you, right? So which means you can give a template. If you want to create an EC2, just go with these options. So that's what this launch template is. Got it? What is a launch template? So you have to give certain things. Yeah, for some people you will get Mumbai or Hyderabad, it's close to you. You can use other region also. No issues. It's based on the considerations. We have seen it in day one where you can go for the latency, pricing, and so on. Some options are not available with Mumbai, so you can go and use some other region. Okay. So in launch template, we want to define a template where what are the things this auto scaling can create or use for this EC2 instance. I can go and click this create launch template. It is going to open a new window. I'll just close these things. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to give a name, my template 1, and my server templates. Okay, just a name or description. Yes, Sunday we have class. Yeah, now we want to select an application OS image, which is Amazon machine image. I'll go with quick start. Okay, someone of you asked whether Windows is available. Windows is available. I'll go with Linux once again. Okay, so this free tier eligible, this option, the instance type I'll go with t2.micro, and the key pair login I'll go with new key pair, same thing for everything. Okay, and then the EBS storage 8 GB for it, and that's it. I'll go and create the launch template, the same like what you do in EC2. This is a template for creating EC2 so that it can be created automatically. Yeah, it's 30-day continuous class. There is no leave. Classes is available. There is class day 4 on tomorrow's class. Okay. So we have a launch template, my template 1, right? So I have to go back in this auto scaling. Now if I refresh it, I have this my template 1. Yeah, there is free tier for Windows also. Yes, you can check it. Like for you, I'm just opening it. See here. We'll check whether Windows is free or not. If you go to EC2 and if you want to create another new instance, yeah, these two are running. So I'll click this launch instance. So this will take me to the page where we want to mention it, right? So here you can see I have this Mac OS, I have this Windows. So I'm going to click this Windows, and you can see this is free tier eligible. Okay, there are like some other versions which is not free tier eligible, and these are free tier eligible. You can use it. Okay. So coming back to here, I have given a name. I have selected the template, okay, which we have just now created. And we can go and click next. And we want to select all the subnets which is available to handle this. I'll click next. We don't want to worry about all the remaining things. So it is asking whether to use a load balancer. I can attach the existing load balancer. Okay, I can go and select this one, my server target. And then I can come to click this next. And here is the important thing, guys. Yeah, correct. In Autoscaler, you need to give the configuration of instance at launch template. Correct, exactly. So the desired capacity I want to is 2. Okay, and the minimum I should have is must 1, and the maximum is 4. Okay, this is the setting I am giving for this Autoscaler. If you set 40, it will create 40, but the thing is, it is going to cost you a lot if you go above certain limit. The EBS storage limit is less, only 30 GB. If you go above it, there will be issues for you on payment. Okay, so I'll go with the maximum capacity of 4 for this sample web server. Okay, I'll go and click the next. Next, no issues. So we can verify once again all these things, and yeah, we can create the auto scaling group. So we'll wait for it to complete. DevOps is for softwares and MLOps is for machine learning. You'll do the same DevOps operations by continuously integrating and deploying it and testing it. That's what MLOps is. Yeah, the thing is, if you want to see what is happening, you can go and check this dashboard instance running. It is going to see here, I already had 2 instances, server 1 and server 2, and it seems like automatically 2 instances are initializing. How it is happening? What is happening here? How this is automatically created? It is done with the help of Autoscaler. It used that template, okay, and it is creating additional things. Okay, even if one goes down, if I delete it, it is going to automatically create another one to maintain it to run. Okay, that's what the idea behind this one. So just to close everything, I can go into this auto scaling group. I can just terminate it. Okay, it will keep on running. If you want to delete it, you can go and use this options, action, and click delete. I'll delete it. Okay, and once again, whatever things we have created, we can terminate it. I'll delete the target group. Okay, so I'll go and delete this one first. Confirm. Yeah, now it's deleted successfully. We have deleted the auto scaling. It will take some time. If you create auto scaling group, once you terminate it, don't worry, it will take some time until it will be terminated, but please check after some time. Okay, and target group and load balancers are done. We can go into the instances. So everything is running and one is initializing. I can go and select these things and stop the instance running. So if you are practicing like this, it is better. Once you are done with it, it is better to stop and terminate it. It's not better, it is must to do it. Okay, yeah, that's why 4 instance, totally 4 instance will be there. If I go and delete this one, these 2, it is automatically going to add some other instances to keep the server running. Okay, so all these things are shutting down. I can go into this instances. I want to terminate them. Okay, and I think we can see one other topic too, which is called as Elastic Beanstalk for web application deployment. Okay, can you see it, guys? Yeah, which means like when you are in a company and you are deploying your application, you don't want to delete anything because you want it to keep on running. But if you are practicing or teaching like me, once you are done with it, it is better to delete, right? Why you want it to keep on running? Yeah, for the same traffic control, if the load is high, you want to balance or you don't want your server to go down, right? So that's why we are using load balancer and autoscaler. Can we see about elastic balancing in today's class for web application deployment? So if you are having a web app, you can go for this option, something known as elastic Beanstalk. So this is a service from AWS. You can deploy your web application here. For example, you are having like instead of this cloud storage, you are having your like the physical server, okay? And then what happens? Something the load goes high, and you want to make sure what is happening. You are going and checking, and the load went high, so you are going and scaling the servers. You have to take care of all these things, okay? So if you have this elastic Beanstalk, instead of you doing it, you can go and use this AWS Elastic Beanstalk to upload your web app and keep it running. Okay, they will take care of everything. Elastic Beanstalk is a service for deploying and scaling web application and services. So don't worry about Linux commands, guys. This is just for representing whether it is working or not. Okay, we can do it with Windows, no issue. So what is that? Like, we just want to know how to create an instance. Okay, how to create a load balancer. We just checked using Linux. Okay, and what is Elastic Beanstalk? It is a service for deploying and scaling the web application and services. You can upload your code, and the Elastic Beanstalk automatically handle the deployment from capacity, load balancing, auto scaling, health monitoring, everything. Okay, you don't want to worry about it. You don't want to manage anything. Elastic Beanstalk will do it for you. So that's what this service will do. Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, so I think we can go and check using this Elastic Beanstalk. Can we do it, guys? Whether it is terminated or not, let me check it once again. Yeah, everything terminated. We can go into the home page console. If you are well within the limit, they are not going to charge you. If you go out of that limit, EC2, they are going to charge you. You can check if you want to know what is the free tier and what is the cost. You can go and check AWS free tier. Okay, so if you go to this website where they will be telling what all the fee and what is the free tier and what is actually costing and when they will charge. Okay, so you see like these are the free tiers, and you can search for what are the options, what is the free tier. Okay, so it is telling 750 hours of EC2 is free, which means you can use these things for 750 hours. If you go above that, okay, you told right, what if you just keep it running after 750 hours, they are going to charge you. This is a free tiers, and S3 we have 5 GB and other things. You can check it, guys. Sagemaker we got 2 months free trial. Make use of this 2 months. Coming back to here, I'll go and search for Beanstalk, which is for running and managing web application, right? So there is an option for like a sample application is there. I don't have any web app right now. I'm just going to use that option. So end-to-end web application management, they will manage everything. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, I'll go and click this create application. Okay, it's a web server environment. I'll give a name, my app 1. Okay, so this is the environment. You can leave it, and you have to choose a platform which is running. Okay, so what we can do, we can go and select Python now. Okay, so this is the version it is running, so you can select it. And if you have your application code, you want to deploy it, you can go and click this upload your code, where you can enter like file if it's Python code, or if it's not something else, you can go and select this. So right now I'm going to use this sample application. Even you can also select this and try whether it is working or not by successfully deploying a Elastic Beanstalk. I'll go with this sample application with this Python environment, and I want to go with this free tier with single instance. Okay, and it is asking me to create a role. So this is where the thing comes in. Okay, so there is something known as IAM role. We'll discuss about it. There are certain roles. I'll go and click this create and use new service role. Okay, view permission details. So these are the details. The JSON file we have seen yesterday, right? All the policies. So, and I'll go and click this create new, the name of it. Okay, key pair, I'll go with new key pair. Okay, EC2 instance. So the thing is, wait a minute guys. So if you want to create this IAM role, you want to see about it, you can click this learn more. So it is there. See here regarding the IAM, because this want to use some other things. Okay, identity and access management. So there is some roles and permissions you want to create to allow it to use access. What it is asking, EC2 instance profile. This Beanstalk want to use EC2, so it needs some permission. Okay, you have to create a policy for it. You can go and use IAM. I'll go and search for IAM, identity and access management, because this Beanstalk want to automatically use this EC2 instance creation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give permission for it. How I'm going to do? I'm going to go into this role. So I'll go and click this create role. AWS service I want to use for EC2. Okay, and I'll click next. I'm just clicking EC2 alone. I want to allow use for EC2. And what is the policy? I want to search for Beanstalk. And in Beanstalk, I want to give administrator access, which means the entire access to this AWS Beanstalk. Okay, so with this, I can go and click next. So we'll be using majoritarily Python because we are going into machine learning in about 2 days, right? So the role name, I'll go and give some name like EB role, Elastic Beanstalk roles. Okay, this is the permissions allowed. I'll go and click this create role. So now it's creating this EB roles, right? You want to attach this here in the EC2 instance, because if you attach it, then only it has the options, then it will create and use your account. So it is created now. I can go and refresh and click this. You see, I got this EB roles here. Okay, I have selected that role. For what is role? Tell me guys. It is a permission for one service to use other services. Without your knowledge, it shouldn't use, right? So that's why we are setting the role. I'll go and click next. And yeah, we can go with next. AWS, you don't need any language. You can have very basic laptop because this is cloud. You just need a cloud account. Okay, your service configuration or laptop configuration won't be any issue. You can, we need Python. We'll be using it for machine learning. And I can go the same with this too. What are the instances we are going to use? What is the architecture? Next. Yeah, these are also fine. I can click next. So this is just a sample application. We don't want to go complex. It is for web application deployment. Okay, and once you are done, you can go and click submit, and this should give us a link which will be giving us the sample application, so you can monitor it, what is happening. So we'll wait for it to complete. Once it is done, you can use that link to actually see whether it is working or not. It's creating, guys. So in the meantime, we'll go and see this one once again. So if you want to convert this masterclass into a 1-month internship, certified internship, you can do it. And if you opt for this, you will be getting additional options: 30-day of live sessions, 90-day of access to these records, all the project source code along with the downloadables, 5 mentor live and mastermind sessions to directly interact with me in Zoom session. You'll get internship confirmation letter and internship certification. So if you want to opt for this, you can go and use this coupon code AWS MC1 and you'll get a discounted fee of 999. Okay, the link is given in the description. You can use it. And coming back to here, whether it is working or not, it will actually take some time to create. We'll wait Now it's pending. Okay. So in the meantime, if you have any other doubts, you can ask me. I have already answered about the basic requirement for this course. How many time I can tell? Yeah, now its health is okay. It is actually running. So you can go inside of it. Okay, if you have your own code, you can check with that too. You can use this domain. Yeah, what this domain is telling, congratulations, your first AWS Elastic Beanstalk Python application is now running on your dedicated environment in AWS Cloud. Using Elastic Beanstalk, if you have your web application code, you can use that and deploy without worrying about the server. Okay, they will handle it. They are handling it with EC2 and we are giving permission to it. Yeah, only with the permission they can do. That is for user. That is IAM. But what if a service is need another service? Like example, what if Beanstalk want to use EC2? Here, the same situation. Elastic Beanstalk want to use EC2 to create an instance for the server. So it is asking me for the instance permission. So I have attached a policy for allowing the access for Elastic Beanstalk to use EC2. So it automatically creates it. Yeah, that's correct. Elastic Beanstalk automatically that does solve the thing. So you just have to upload your code and work with it. So this is telling it is successful. Okay, so you can go and check this environment. So if you have your own app, web application code, you can upload and do the same. And you can also opt for auto scaling and things when you configure it. Okay, so if you complete it, you can go and terminate it if you don't want it to continue. So it's asking me to enter the environment name. I'll paste the environment name here. Terminate. And the application, I'll terminate that too. If you don't want keep on running, you can delete it once you are completed with it. Okay. So it will take some time and it will be deleted. So that's it for today, guys. What we'll do is in tomorrow's session we'll start with Lambda and then we are going to see some concepts about Docker, Kubernetes, what is a container and so on, and then we'll go into storage in AWS. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in tomorrow's class. Like the type of code is actually all the files which is required for the web app. Whether it can be a front end or back end, everything you want to run your application. If you have Java code, you can use it. If you have Python code, you can select Python environment and use it. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in tomorrow's class.